Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good and safe at home. I am your social science teacher in Vittal Matriculation School. Shall we recall what we have studied yesterday? Yes. Yesterday we see the topic, what is history? What is history? We see the conversation between Tamilini and her mother. What is BC? BC means before Christ. BC means before Christ. BCE means before Common Era. BCE means before Common Era. AD means Anno Domini. AD means Anno Domini. CE means Common Era. CE means Common Era. We see the conversation about mother and her daughter Tamilini about what is history. What is history, dears? History is the study of past events. History is the study of past events in chronological order. History is the study of past events in chronological order. The term history has been derived from the Greek word historia, which means learning by enquiry. Learning by enquiry. The term history has been derived from the Greek word historia, which means learning by enquiry. Here the hard word literate. Literate meaning educated. Literate meaning educated. Illiterates meaning uneducated. Illiterates meaning uneducated. The last conversation we read is Tamilini's mother conversation. Today we are going to see about Tamilini's reply to her mother. What she said yesterday? Yes, Tamilini, we understand the period and lifestyles of people of old Stone Age from used stone tools. Like what you understand about your grandpa and his time from his diary writing. His Tamilini's great grandpa used to write a diary using a old wooden pen. Using a old wooden pen. Yes. Shall we see the reply of Tamilini today? Okay, here are some major Indian excavated sites. Here are some of the old Stone Age tools used in India. Okay, dears. Take a look on this diagram. Is it clear? Now we are going to see the reply of Tamilini to her mother. Tamilini, what are the other sources that help us understand the lifestyles of Stone Age people? What she say? She want to know the sources of old Stone Age people. What are the sources? What are the other sources that help us understand the lifestyles of Stone Age people? Her mother replied, "We came to know the hunting style through the paintings on the rocks and the walls of the caves." This is the third 2-mark question, 7th Roman letter, third 2-mark question. What her mother replied? We came to know their hunting style through their paintings in the rocks. We see in the last class how they draw in the rocks. Is it clear? We came to know the hunting style through their paintings on the rocks and the walls of the caves. They used to know their style, their hunting style, using the paintings on the rocks. The old Stone Age people used to draw a diagram about their lifestyle on the rocks and also on the walls of the cave, and also on the walls of the caves. This is the third 2-mark question. Third one, what are the sources available to know about the prehistoric period? What are the sources? Paintings on the rocks and the walls of the caves are the sources. What are the sources? Paintings on the rocks and the walls of the caves. Clear, dears? Tamilini replied, "Rock paintings? What? Rock paintings? It sounds really surprising. Why did they draw these paintings?" What she asked? Is it rock painting? She felt very surprising to hear about rock painting, and also asked her mother, why did they draw these type of paintings? Okay. What Tamilini replied? Rock paintings? It sounds really surprising. Why did they draw these paintings? Her mother replied, some would have stayed back without joining the hunting team. So, for their benefit, these pictures could have been drawn. They may have done it as a part of their pastime. What her mother replied? Some would have stayed back without joining the hunting team. There is a hunting team in the old Stone Age time to hunt the animals, and then they have to eat. They have to crave for their hungry. So some of them did not want to join in that hunting team. So what they do? They have drawn a pictures like this on the rocks to spend the pastime. What her mother said? Some would have stayed back without joining the hunting team. So, for their benefit, these pictures could have been drawn. They may have done it as a part of their pastime. Tamilini replied. What Tamilini replied? She replied, certainly, Amma. That's how we identify their lifestyles, isn't it, Amma? What Tamilini replied? Certainly, Amma. That's how we identify their lifestyles. This is how we know to identify their lifestyles. Yes, right? So she asked, certainly, Amma. That's how we identify their lifestyles. Isn't it, Amma? She asked the question. Isn't it, Amma? Is it true? Her mother replied, well said, Tamilini. The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing systems is prehistory. Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings are the major sources of prehistory. What? Prehistory. Well said, Tamilini. This is the 7th Roman letter, second question answer from here, the period 2 of prehistory. Then here is two more questions here in this one paragraph. Okay, dears. This is the answer for second 2-mark questions from here to here, and third 2-mark answer, the stone tools 2 of prehistory. This paragraph contains 2-mark questions. Shall we read? Yes, well said, Tamilini. The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing systems is prehistory. What is prehistory? The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing systems is prehistory. What are the major sources of prehistory? Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings are the major sources of prehistory. Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings are the major sources of prehistory. Is it clear, dears? Seventh Roman letter, second question. What do you know about the prehistoric period? What do you know about the prehistoric period? The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing systems is prehistory. The period between the use of first stone tools and the invention of writing systems is prehistory. What are the major sources of prehistory? Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings. These three are major sources of prehistory. Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings are the three major sources of prehistory. What are the three major sources? Stone tools, excavated materials and rock paintings. Clear, dears? Note it on your book. From here to here, from here the period between the use from here to of prehistory is a second 2-mark question. Third 2-mark question starts from stone tools, excavated materials to prehistory. Shall we move on to the next topic? Yes. Now we are going to see the sources of history. The sources of history. Are you able to see this? Yes. This is archaeology. It consists of two sources. archaeological sources, literary sources. Archaeological sources and literary sources, these are the two sources of history. What are the two sources of history? Archaeological sources and literary sources. Archaeological sources consists of four types. What are they? Coins, inscriptions, monuments, artifacts. Coins, inscriptions, monuments, artifacts. Artifacts means it consists of potteries. Are you able to see this? Potteries, toys, tools and ornaments. What are the artifacts? Potteries, toys, tools and ornaments. What are the monuments? Palaces. This is an example for palace. This palaces is located in Thirumalai Nayakar Mahal, which is in Madurai. Palaces. What are the monuments? Palaces in Thirumalai Nayakar Mahal. Fort, it is in Velur. Temples, it is in Tanjavur. Which temple it is? Big temple, Pragadishwara temple is in Tanjavur. Stupa is in Sanchi. Monastery, Tabang. Monastery is in Tabang. Next, inscriptions. What are the inscriptions? Rock edicts, temple wall inscriptions, metal pillar, copper plates and copper plates. What are the artifacts? Potteries, toys, tools and ornaments. What are the inscriptions? Rock edicts, temple wall inscription, metal pillar and copper plates. Monuments, palaces is in Thirumalai Nayakar Mahal, fort is in Velur, temples in Tanjavur, stupa in Sanchi, monastery Tabang. These are the archaeological sources. What are the archaeological sources? Coins, inscriptions, monuments, artifacts. Coins, inscription, monument, artifacts. Now we are going to see literary sources. It is one of the sources of history. We studied about archaeological sources. Now we are going to study about literary sources. Literary sources. It consists of two. What are they? Secular literature, religious literature. Secular literature, religious literature. What are the secular literature? Epics and poems, account by foreign travelers, works of Indian authors, which is Tirukkural. Right? Works of Indian authors, folk songs and ballads. Folk songs and ballads. Next, these are the secular literature. Now we are going to see religious literature. What are the religious literature? Epics, devotional literature. Epics, devotional literature. Here comes one question. What are the epics? Ramayana, Mahabharata. Ramayana and Mahabharata are the two important epics. What are the epics? Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana and Mahabharata. What are the devotional literature? Devaram, Nalayira Divya Prabandham, Tiruvasagam. Devaram, Nalayira Divya Prabandham, Tiruvasagam are the devotional literature. Literary sources consists of two: secular literature and religious literature. Secular literature and religious literature. Archaeological sources consists of four: coins, inscriptions, monuments or artifacts. Okay dears. Next one. Here is a case study about a mighty emperor Ashoka. A mighty emperor Ashoka. Read after me dears. This is only your case study. Okay? About a mighty emperor Ashoka. The most famous ruler of ancient India was Emperor Ashoka. Who was the famous ruler of ancient India? Emperor Ashoka. It was during his period that Buddhism spread to different parts of Asia. Ashoka gave up war after seeing many people grieving death after the Kalinga war. He embraced Buddhism and then devoted his life to spread the message of peace and dharma. Peace and dharma. His service for the cause of public good was exemplary. His service for the cause of public good was exemplary. He was the first ruler to give up war after victory. He was the first to build hospitals for animals. He was the first one to build hospitals for animals. Hospital for animals is called as veterinary hospital. Okay dears, this is one general knowledge one. Veterinary hospital. He was the first to lay roads. Ashoka Chakra with 24 spokes in our national flag was taken from the Sarnath pillar of Ashoka. Sarnath pillar of Ashoka. This is Sarnath pillar. It is Sarnath pillar. Even though Emperor Ashoka was great, his greatness had been unknown until 19th century. The material evidence proved by William Jones, James Prinsep and Alexander Cunningham revealed the greatness of Emperor Ashoka. Based on these accounts, Charles Allen wrote a book titled The Search for the India's Lost Emperor, which provided a comprehensive account of Ashoka. What is the book name? The Search for the India's Lost Emperor. Many researchers made thereafter brought Ashoka's glorious rule to light. These inscriptions were observed on the rocks Sanchi Stupa and Sarnath Pillar, helped to understand the greatness of Ashoka to the world. This is the diagram of Sanchi Stupa. It is one of the monument. It is one of the monument and also archaeological sources. Okay, dears. We see here, okay, Stupa in Sanchi. This is the clear view of Sanchi Stupa. Now one can understand the importance of historical research, but for the efforts of scholars, the greatness of Emperor Ashoka would not have come to light. Now we are going to the conversation between mother and Tamilini. Mother asked, "Do you know what proto-history is?" Do you know what proto-history is? My dear Chalakutis, do you know what is proto-history? We'll see. Tamilini replied, that is the period between prehistory and history. That is the period between prehistory and history. Her mother replied, exactly. The period for which records in writing are available but not yet deciphered is called proto-history. The period for which records in writing are available but not yet deciphered is called proto-history. Today we are leading a safe life with all modern equipments, but our ancestors did not live in such a safe environment. Today we are leading a safe life. Yes, dears, today we are leading a safe life with all modern equipments. The technology development, due to technology development, we all have modern equipments, right? But our ancestors did not live in such a safe environment. Now we are going to see two more question. How were dogs useful to prehistoric men? 8th Roman letter, first question answer from here to here. Shall we see? Yes. There may have been chances of wild animals entering their caves, but they released that there may have chances of wild animals entering their caves. What they say? They have the high chances of the wild animals entering into their living caves. But they realized that dogs could have helped them to prevent the entry of such dangerous animals by its sniffing skill. Hence they started domesticating dogs for their protection and hunting activities. Repeat after me, dears. You have to read along with me. Okay, dears. There may have been chances of wild animals entering their caves, but they realized that dogs could help them to prevent the entry of such dangerous animals by its sniffing skill. Hence, they started domesticating dogs for their protection and hunting activities. For their protection and hunting activities. This is the first question. 8th Roman letter, first question. Next one. From this, we also know how inscriptions, monuments, copper plates, accounts of foreigners or foreign travelers and folk tales play a vital role in constructing and reconstructing history. What Tamilini replied? Now I completely understand what history is, Amma. What she said? Now she clearly understands what history is. What she say? Now I completely understand what history is, Amma. Thank you, Amma. She leave her mom with the greeting of saying thank you. You have to say thank you, sorry in your house itself with your mother and father. When you do any mistake, you have to say sorry dad, sorry mom. Okay? And also say greetings like good morning, good night. You have to say greeting to your mom, dad in your house itself. Okay, dears? Today's homework. What are the sources? Here, 7th Roman letter, 3rd question. And here is a 7th Roman letter, 2nd question. What? Prehistory. 7th Roman letter, 2nd question. And also here and here is a 3rd question. Here, first point. Here is a 2nd point. Okay, dears? What is numismatics? The study of coins. What is numismatics? Numismatics is the study of coins. Epigraphy, the study of inscription. What is numismatics? The study of coins. Epigraphy means the study of inscription. Today you are going to write this 2 marks. Okay, dear? 7th Roman letter, 2nd 2 mark. And also 7th Roman letter, 3rd 2 mark. Okay, dears? I am expecting all the students' answers in the group. Okay, dears? You have to send in our group. Okay? These are the only 2 questions you have homework today. Today, those who have not paid your school fees yet, kindly pay in our school and get your books immediately. I am expecting all your answers. Okay, dears? Thank you.